The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions is on the spot for failing to act on recommendations by the DCI to charge Kennedy Kalombotole as a prime suspect in the murder of Gilbert Kinyua Muthoni at the Kenyatta National Hospital that occurred on the night of the 6th of February 2025. It has emerged that the DCI had already concluded through a detailed investigation that Kalombotole was responsible for the murder and that a report was submitted to the ODPP on the 30th of June 2025. However, weeks went by without any arrest or prosecution until another murder was reported at the same hospital just 17 days after the report was released, raising serious concerns over prosecutorial inaction and a potentially preventable second death. Melita Olatenges reports.
A chilling investigation report dated June 30th, 2025 has surfaced detailing how 40-year-old Gilbert Kinyua was murdered in his hospital bed on the night of February 6th. The report pieces together that fateful night through testimony from the nurse on duty, Sharon Chepchieng, as well as statements from the victim's family, hospital security, doctors and investigators. At the heart of the report is one conclusion: that Gilbert's roommate Kennedy Kalombotole should be charged with murder based on the weight of evidence, placing him at the center of the brutal killing. Although none of the 12 witness statements directly place the suspect at the moment of the murder, a key testimony came from nurse Sharon Chepchieng, who was on duty that night. She reported administering medication to both the deceased, Gilbert Kinyua, and his roommate Kennedy Kalombotole. But what followed was the chilling reality of murder at the country's top referral hospital. During the scene documentation conducted at the scene of crime, DCI investigators observed a trail of blood drops on the floor, extending from the deceased bed toward the adjacent bed occupied by Kennedy Kalombotole, who was the roommate of the deceased, Gilbert Kinyua Muthoni. Despite the DCI submitting its recommendations to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions on June 30th, no action was taken against the suspect. 17 days later, another murder was reported. The deceased, Edward Maingendegwa, killed in the same fashion as Gilbert Kinyua, his throat slit in a manner that mirrored the earlier killing. The striking similarities raising chilling questions about a possible pattern and whether the second death could have been prevented. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions is on the spot for not acting on the report, which would have likely averted the second murder at KNH. Kalombotole has since been arraigned but declined to speak during his first appearance, despite police insisting he is mentally fit and verbally capable. The High Court has now ordered a mental assessment at Mbagathi Hospital. Until that is complete, Kalombotole will be held at Nairobi Remand Prison. Justice Kavedza further directed that he receive special diabetic care, including supervised insulin administration, and explicitly prohibited him from handling needles. Melita Olatenges, Citizen TV.
The Medihill Group of Hospitals has dismissed